Hey, Panther educators, I'm not sure if this hilarious scenario has ever happened to you, but let's say hypothetically you assign a Google Forms quiz, and you forget to put a student namespace on the form, and you don't check collect email addresses, and then you get a bunch of anonymous responses, and you wonder, hey, is there any way I can figure out which student response belongs to each student? Well, it's very, very difficult. By the way, there is no super secret, stealthy, clandestine way for a Google form to collect user information if you don't check those. So, a truly anonymous form is truly an anonymous form for real, despite the conspiracy theories that you may have rolling around in your head about Google information collection. But if you happen to do that and you are committed to not uh, issuing the quiz again with some kind of name, space, or email collection on it, you could do a lot of work, which is a pain in the buttocks, to match student responses in Classroom to the timestamp on the form. So here's how you do that. Later in this video, I'm going to show you how to turn on defaults in Google Forms so this may not happen again. All right, so I put this test form in my Google Classroom, and I took it on my student account. And when I go to student work here, you can see turned in uh, by student. Okay, and when I click on this, the name over here, it says student turned in, see history. You can get a timestamp, 8:52 a.m. Now, if you have multiple students in the class who all submitted at 8:52 a.m., it doesn't give you anything more than 8:52. It doesn't give you like 8:52 and 13 seconds. Uh, but if you come over to the sample quiz in Forms, not in Classroom, and you go to responses, and then you download, create the spreadsheet, not download, sorry, and it opens, you can see the timestamp. And you can see here, student submitted the form at 8:52 and 49 seconds. So, not at all foolproof. But if you want to be super sleuth and you have kids taking the test over an extended period, that might work for you, but it might not. So here's what you can do inside Forms to ensure this doesn't happen again. So you can open any Google form that you've created or create a new one, and you click the menu here and go down to Preferences. And this is for all forms now, default settings, collect email addresses. So, true story, I turned this on, I believe it was 2016, after I repeatedly gave AP Psych vocab quizzes using Google Forms without any student identifying information. And I just said, well, hey kids, I messed up. Can you do that again? Which is a little bit embarrassing, but it happens. You can also make questions required by default, so you don't have to turn that on for every question. You'll have to remember to turn it off on questions that are optional or, make a suggestion kind of items in a form. And you can set a default point value on your quiz items if you turn on the quiz feature in Forms. I have mine at 1. You could change this to whatever you want. Click Save, and you will never have that issue again. All right. If you have any questions, let me know.